crafty friends, welcome to an actual craft video. All right, so I've had a lot of requests to make some cards. I did a live video the other day and I had said I was going to um, make some Christmas cards because there really wasn't any other holiday before then that people usually give cards for. And one of my sweet subscribers reminded me that Mother's Day is next month. So I got out some papers, and what I do in order to make a lot of cards at one time is I spend time prepping. I got out the paper that I wanted to use, which was a Stamperia collection, and I got out some pre-made cards and envelopes. Most of my cards won't fit in envelopes because I embellish them a lot, but this is what I did. So I cut out the different layers and the sizes that I need, and I use whatever the main image is that I'm going to put on there, and then I clip them together. So all of these are cut to fit. The images that I'm going to use are there. And what I'm going to do in a minute is I'm going down to the living room to watch my soap opera. But you know what? I bet it's a rerun because of what's going on. Anyway, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A dozen. How about that? I didn't even know how many was going to be there. So a dozen. So I'm going to take my handy dandy Tim Holtz tool. This is a distressing tool. And all of my, all of my paper, my design paper, I'm going to distress with this tool. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the different stages of what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to show you each different stage as I go. And then we'll do a whole card at the end together. So, yeah, I'm going to distress all of those. And then what I did was I pulled I have this pack of Mother's Day stamps. Some of them don't stick anymore, but these are them. So I pulled those out of my stash, and I got out my green ink and my purples, because those are the colors that I'm working with. It's greens and purples. And then I've got this little stamping block. I did prep some die cut leaves, so I've got those. I also die cut a couple of lamp posts. We'll see if I use those. And then I also die cut some vintage ladies. And I have all these dies in my stash. So I don't know if I'm going to use the vintage ladies. I just thought, hey, I'll die cut them, and then if they look good, I'll have access to them. I pulled out my lavender butterflies, my pre-made lavender butterflies. I cut out a couple of them over here. On these types of cards, I like to use the most flat flowers that I can. So I have pulled those out, but I also have, hold on a second, I'm trying to reach it, my bin of purple flowers. It's pretty full. So I've got those. I've got some lavender seam binding. And then I got out a whole bunch of wood embellishments that I may use. I don't know for sure. I have a whole bunch of these little hearts. And then I have my metal, flat metal pieces that I could use as well. So those are the things I got out for embellishing. Oh, I got out some trims, and I have this burlappy color because I am using a lot of my bases are craft, and some of them are like a cream. So I've got some other, you know what? I should probably get cream. These are white. But yeah, I'll get out some cream laces, and I'm going to put together a few, and then we'll do a few. So we'll have fun with this. When I'm done with these lavender cards, then I'm going to move on, and I'm going to do some blue cards and some pink cards, and I'm just going to do cards all week. I already told Honey that probably not going to be painting a whole lot this week. I'm kind of tired of it. I've spent the last 2.5 weeks painting furniture, and now I'm ready to do some paper crafting. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I'll be back. Efficiently have glue all over my fingers that have no nails on them. Yeah. Not sure. I'm looking forward to getting nails again, but see. Anyway, okay. So what I did is I went ahead and distressed all the edges. And don't worry, like I said, we're going to do a few cards together. I have saved these two for us to work on together. So I distressed everything. I used laces and trims, and I glued it all together. So that's what I've done so far, and that's how I do it. I do like I said, we started out with a dozen, and I'll do all the different layers, and then I'll do all the flowers, and then I'll do all the embellishments. And so there's this one and that one. This one didn't get any laces because it had paper lace on it, and it already looked pretty enough. I really like that lady. It's that one. This one's gonna get, it needs like some kind of sentiment over here. That one. And I did put 2 flowers on here, and the reason why I did that was because I didn't want to waste that much pearls, because I've learned over the years not to just put my pearls all the way around. No. Because then you waste pearls. So, all right. So that is the next batch. That's 10. So now I'll start putting other, more flowers. This is the only one I put flowers on. Flowers and different embellishments. And then I'll show you this bunch again. And like I said, at the end, we'll work on those other 2 together. I want to tell you is I decided not to use any of the Mother's Day stamps, and I will explain why as I go along. First, I need to get them back in this little thing. So no stamping. I really don't like stamping at all. I actually hate stamping. So I was kind of glad I decided against that. Here's my little stamping block. Went up there. All right. I got a little carried away, but I'm going to explain to you anyway what I did. All right, let's start with these 2 that are really, really similar. All right. So what I did was I added the flowers on all the cards. Then after I did that, I went and I came in with all my little doodads that go in with the flowers to make the cluster look like a real cluster. And then I went back with all the cards, and I put in some of them. I put in leaves. So that's how I did. So I did add some butterflies here I added some pearls, some lace. I had lace and pearls on this one and a bow. So when you open it, it's just blank. So you can send this for any occasion whatsoever. But to me, these do kind of look like Mother's Day. Let's carry on. All right. These two are somewhat similar, and these are very dimensional. I make very dimensional cards, and if you see any glue strings, don't worry. I'm going to hit these with the glue, a heat gun, and it's going to melt those little glue strands away. But yeah, I added some lace in the back. Lots of layering. You can see all the layering. So these two are similar. I really love this paper collection. Well, I love lavender. Okay. So we've got these two. Obviously this one I added this clock here, and then I added a wood clock in the center. And this is like a postcard. So you can see on this one how I added all the leaves in. This one I did not add leaves in, but I added the bow. And these are all blank. This one has got the flowers and the butterflies. These butterflies are from Rene Bouquets, and I've had them for several years, and I'm just now using them. I added the pearls, but real pretty images from this paper collection. Please, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Hold on. Let me see if I have it in the trash. Oh, I do. Okay, there's two paper collections I'm using, and this one's called Lilac Flowers. The other one, I cut apart and I don't remember. Okay, so I really like this one. I left a bigger border around. I used, what do you call this? I used a paper that didn't have images on it, but it's, oh gosh, why can I not think of what it's called? But yeah, you can see how it has the detail in it. I really like that one. Then there's this one. I really like this one too. I used the word love. That's a saw crafter's word, and saw crafters has not been in business for a long time. My little flower cluster and some lace. And then my last one, card number 10, is this one. And I used this image of this lady wearing a big hat with flowers. And so I put dimensional flowers on it and a bow. And then I have the flower cluster where she's kind of like looking down at the flower cluster. I think it's pretty. Okay, so sorry I got carried away and didn't show you all the steps, but I'm going to be doing cards all week. So these are all going to be for sale on my eBay, and I will link that in the description box down below. These all to me relate to Mother's Day, but they could be a friendship card, they could be a birthday card, they could be a how are you doing card, they could be any kind of card you want. Probably sending to a woman. So yeah, you can see how dimensional they end up. So sending them in a traditional envelope, probably not so bueno. But these cards are more to like give someone that you're seeing in person. Well, we're not seeing too many people in person, so you could put it in a little box. You could put it in a padded envelope and mail it. You could put it, you know, like if you're sending a box with other items as gifts, you could put it in there. So anyway, I also have quite a few other cards from last year's Mother's Day that I'm going to be listing on my eBay. And if you're interested and you want to stay tuned for a craft with me, oh, sorry about that noise. I saved this one, And I clipped a couple things to that. I saved this one and clipped some stuff to that. And then I forgot I have this large one that might go to my mother. I don't know. And then I'm going to do 2 easel cards. And this is one, and then that one underneath. So I'll be doing all of these as a craft with me, and if you want to stay tuned for that, that's awesome. If you don't, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I don't do a lot of crafty videos anymore, but I am having fun, so maybe I will. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we're going to start with this large card, and this one is almost 9 inches by 6 inches. And the reason why it's this big is because this image was this big, and I love this image. And that's what's on the back, but we're not going to use the back. So here is my Tim Holtz Distress tool. This is one handy dandy little tool, and it'll just distress that paper so that it doesn't look, you know, freshly cut. I love that. And I'm just going to go all the way around it. It's really quick. So, ta-da. So, that's it. I don't know. Distress. So, I already cut my sheet, oh my gosh, why am I not using my words well today? My border sheet. And I always get asked, this is fabric tack glue. You can get it at Walmart. I bought, I don't know, 20 bottles this size. So I've got a ton of it, and I hardly ever paper craft anymore. So I'm just going to try to center this on the paper. And I don't have it prepped yet, but on the inside I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut a piece like this, and then I'm going to cut white paper to go on the inside of this one. So here we go with this layer. And this card's going to be a little different because, you know, a lot of times on cards, I'll put a lot of laces and trims. But since this has this big image on it, it's not like I can put, so I have an idea. And I pre-cut this, and I kind of want it to poof out. So I think I'm going to fold it over like that. Okay. So, because on this image there is a little, you can see a piece up here that's supposed to look like little curtains, and you got a window here. So I'm going to put this across the top. And then I have this little piece, and I'm going to cut the edge off of that. And I'm going to lay this over that. All right. So that looks like a nice little curtain on our window. So now I'm going to take some flowers. Okay. I'm going to take 2 flowers. And I also intend to put some flowers like kind of like that. Cut a little bit of that one off. Okay. Now they kind of match better. All right. So I want it to kind of hang down over the curtain, and I want to leave some room for some other flowers. So I'm going to use these green ones. I have a huge stash of flowers, and some of them are kind of getting depleted, so it's a little disturbing as I went into my stash going, oh no, now is not the best time to need flowers. I need them now. Okay. So now we have our little floral arrangement over top of our little curtains. Now we have this floral arrangement in this little, the glue strings, in this watering can. So what I think we'll do is we'll add dimensional flowers. I mean, right? Don't you think we should? I'll start with 2 of these bigger ones right in the center. There we go. Let's get some little green ones. I'm going to put some of these cream colored ones. I prefer to use hot glue when I'm putting on flowers because they stay in place really well with the hot glue. You can keep using the fabric tack, but the fabric tack gives you some wiggle room, and I don't want any wiggle room. I want to put them where I want to put them, and I want them to stay there. So I have these little the glue strings are really causing me trouble. I have these little berry things. I just buy these at the Joann's, and I cut them off as I need them. So I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on. Ugh. I hate it when I get it on my paper because then it could rip your paper like it just did. Okay, so be careful. Put your glue on, not over your paper. How about that? So I just want to stick them in there so that it looks real, you know, like real flowers with little berries and things. I don't know. Do regular flowers have little? Yes, they do. Little arrangements that come from the florist. They have the little berries and things in them. So I think that looks good. But you see, there's some flowers off to the side here. So let's put some on the table. All right. I wish I had some little drawer pull little knobby things. I'm going to see what I got. I used to have a ton of stuff like that, but I destashed a whole bunch. And I would have had some stuff for that. Too big. I wish. Aha. Hold on. Let's see what these are. These look like little. These could be like little tiny corbels. Oh, that kind of looks good. That could make it look like a shelf. Okay. The bad thing about these is really the only way I've discovered to get these on is hot glue, and then you can kind of see a little bit of the glue behind them. But you know what? The way I look at it, it's a card, you know? It's a card. It's okay. It's not a piece of furniture. Okay, I like those. That's good. That's too big. All right, I guess those are going to have to just stay like that. But hold the phone. I have this that I pulled out of just burlap. I just pulled strands out of the burlap. Okay. Sorry, I'm not used to talking while I'm crafting. So I'm just going to make this little bow, and I really wanted to make it thicker than that. If you guys are watching this down the road, we are amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. Lady on the news just said it. I could hear her in the living room. Pandemic. All right. Things don't always go as planned when you're doing a lot. Oh, well, this isn't live, but a craft with me. Okay, this is like super frustrating. Okay. Now that is a, okay. All right. It's a little bit big. Let's pull it in a little bit. Let's rein in that bow. Okay. And okay, there we go. And my question is, should we put one up here? As much trouble as that one was, I don't know. Let's see. Let's try to make a bigger one for up at the top and see how it goes. Nope, I don't like it. So we're going to go with that. So that is our large card. Ugh, I don't know if we're going to have time to do all of these. Let's go with this one. This is going to be a very long video. All right. This one, I'll be honest, I am not going to distress this. This is a really thin paper, and it's just going to make a mess if I try to. I can distress it, but it won't look like the thicker, more paper stock looks. So I'm going to center that as best I can. And I'm going to center this. And I am going to distress this one because this one is that thicker cardstock. You know, it's funny. Sometimes I'll be sitting here working on something and I'll think, oh, I should stop over at Hobby Lobby and pick up blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, yeah, no, can't do that. Okay. So in order to give this a more popped up look, I'm going to take this foam. This is just fun foam. I get it at Michael's. It's $2 a sheet, and it's like, it's a really it comes in a really big sheet, like 18 inches by a foot. It's really cost effective, much more cost effective, just so you know, than double-sided sticky tape. So I'm going to put a bead of hot glue, and I'm going to take this trim, this ruffle trim, and I'm just going to put it at the bottom of that. I'm going to put it a little bit at an angle, and then I'm going to hot glue that. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not pull any flowers for this. I did think about putting the bicycle right here. And I kind of wanted to put this. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. But I like the bicycle a lot. So I'm going to put just a dab of glue in some of the larger sections. And I'm going to put that bicycle right there. So I'm going to put flowers on this. I'll be honest with you. I didn't pull any flowers to match this. I meant to, but I didn't. But that just kind of gives you an idea. I mean, honestly, you don't even have to put any dimensional flowers on that. That's beautiful. Just like it is, because the paper itself is so beautiful. So, and it says friendship on there. So this would be a friendship card. All right, let's move along, because we took a long time on that other one. Okay. I like this one. I die cut this lady, and I put solid purple paper, already glued that behind her cutouts. So I have this really pretty image. I have no idea what that says. Something about lavender, I'm pretty sure. Let's go ahead and distress that. I started working on these cards yesterday, and I'd like to get this video up before I have to run out and go pick up a piece of furniture. So all right, there we go. I like to pop things up, so let's put some fun foam on this and pop it up. Oh, we have to distress this piece. This is our back piece. I'm doing this all out of order, guys. But you decide what order works good for you, and you do it in that order. But I'll tell you, hopefully you got a fair grip of my assembly line type of process that enables me to do so many cards quickly. I have been asked that for years. I need to order some more Stamperia paper, because it is gorgeous. And no, I'm not going all the way to the edge. That's fine, because once I push it down, it smushes that fabric tack glue out to the edges. I pre-cut this piece of lace. go. And then this is going to go in the center. There we go. And then our vintage lady is going to go like that. And I'm going to make her popped up. So I'm going to put some fun foam on her. Hopefully you can see this. Okay. Now, if we're going to put her here, we're going to need to double pop this up because this is already popped up. So we got to double pop this bottom part up. And it doesn't have to be the exact same size. Okay, now she's going to fit. All right. Oh, I like her. I like her. Okay. So, ta-da. Now, you could leave it just like this. You totally could. But we're not going to. We're going to add some flowers. So we got our flower heart right there. But we need more flowers. And I have this bag full of flowers. All kind of different shades of purple. This one's too big. This one might be too big too. We'll see. Yeah, that one's going to be too big. So I feel awkward because I feel in a hurry to get this done and show you guys. So I don't feel like I'm going to do my best work because I'm feeling a little bit pressured. But we'll see how it goes. I just want to make one little cluster here. Maybe I'll put just a couple of flowers right here up at the top. Okay, let's do that. This card has like some little pink flowers. And I do have some really tiny little pink flowers. So maybe we'll bring in some pink. Yep, that makes that pink pop. we'll start with the biggest flower right here. It's sometimes important how you lay your flowers. Like this one's not flat, it's going this way. This one's kind of going this way. This one's going this way. And now we'll take a few little pink ones and pop them in there. Okay, so there's our little cluster, and if we want to, we can add some little purple sprays. And I do have so much hot glue stuff, making everything difficult. But you can kind of see there's like little holes in your floral cluster where you'll be able to see that you need to fill up with these little berry sprays. Okay, so there you go. All right, I'm going to do a separate video with these last two because I'll probably put together some more easel cards. A lot of people like to see how to make easel cards, and so I'm going to save these and I'll do a round separate of just easel cards. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope it wasn't so terribly long, but so many people want to watch my thought process that I just really wanted to do this end part for those people that wanted that. Okay, happy scrappy day. Bye guys.